This is the Daily Roundup on EAC Cambodia. A very good evening to you. I'm Andrew Barnes-Roberts. An announcement is expected on Wednesday night from the Phnom Penh Municipal Administration regarding its COVID-19 administrative measures. They were due to be lifted from the 3rd of June, but late on the night of the 2nd were extended for a further 14 days through Wednesday. The affected businesses are those that have not yet been allowed to reopen since the law on preventative measures for COVID-19 came into effect in April. These are schools, vocational training centres, nightclubs, bars and beer gardens, KTVs, resorts, museums, massage businesses, casinos, cinemas and gyms. Most of them have been closed since March. State-run markets have been allowed to fully reopen this week, but the smart money would suggest that another 14-day extension for high-risk businesses is not on the cards. A full reopening of Phnom Penh would be celebrated, but given the announcements we've seen this week, it would seem that's unlikely, at least for now. The capital still has orange zones in parts of Port Sanchez for another week, and officials are struggling to contain the latest outbreaks at factories. Over 200 cases were detected at just one Phnom Penh factory late last week. That prompted the Ministry of Labour to issue notices to factory owners and other enterprises to provide details of their workers to make contract tracing easier. Just this week, Phnom Penh Governor Khuong Sreng urged the city's 14 district authorities to tighten up their preventative measures to prevent any further spread of COVID-19. At the same time, he said cases have not decreased sufficiently enough. Given all of this, it seems highly unlikely that a full reopening of the capital will be permitted from Thursday and that another 14-day extension will be announced on Wednesday night. Meanwhile, the royal government's Blossom strategy for COVID-19 vaccinations is in full bloom. The Ministry of Health says Phnom Penh's adult population will be fully vaccinated by the 8th of July. The last 3 districts, or khans, are already busy with their first round of shots. Second shots will start being given in Dorn Pen, Troy Changva and Prek Phnom next week. Prime Minister Hun Sen announced on Monday that Cambodia's 3 millionth person had been vaccinated and that the country was already 30% of the way to inoculating its target of 10 million adults by November. Health Ministry spokesperson Or Van Dien says the vaccine campaign is already underway in Kandal, where up to 50,000 people are being vaccinated every day. The hotspot of Pria Sihanouk is next, where vaccinations will begin on Thursday. Once its most densely populated areas have been taken care of, the vaccine rollout will start in other major population centres. Deputy Commander-in-Chief, Joint Chiefs of Staff of the Royal Cambodian Armed Forces, General Id Sarat, who's been in charge of red zone vaccination drives, says his military team expects to assist with vaccinations in Pria Sihanouk, as well as Kampong Spoo, Takao, Kampong Cham and Svai Rieng from the 21st of June. Or Van Dien, who is also chairperson of the National Vaccination Committee, says she's confident that barring any delays in the shipment of vaccines, Cambodia should be fully inoculated by the end of the year. Cambodia's total COVID-19 case count has now topped 40,000. It reported 693 new COVID-19 infections on Wednesday, the latest figures being released by the Ministry of Health shortly before noon. The 693 new cases include 33 imported cases. They take the country's total number of infections to 40,157. The day before the 20 February community event, that number was barely 400. There had also been 0 deaths. That grim number is now 368. The good news is that since Tuesday, there have been 754 new patient recoveries, taking the total number of successfully treated patients to 34,325. Despite the pandemic, it's been a great first year for Cambodia's online business registration portal. The Ministry of Economy and Finance says it has registered 6,164 businesses online this year, with a combined investment of $2.5 billion. According to its press release, a total of 6,974 businesses registered online. Barely 800 are still in the approval phase. The biggest share of online registrations was from the auto export-import and auto repairs industry, accounting for 38% of applications, 27% from the construction sector, 10% from real estate companies. The online business registration system was launched on the 15th of June last year to streamline Cambodia's business registration process. New businesses can register at www.registrationservices.gov.kh, uploading and receiving all the necessary paperwork digitally, saving everyone in the process valuable time and money. All online business registrations are also automatically shared with the relevant ministries and institutions for review and approval. After the break, it's sport and lifestyle with Alessio Mizzoni. EART's Cambodia's audience is growing. Our YouTube channel now has 150,000 verified subscribers. To mark the milestone, we've received the Silver Creator Award from YouTube, given to channels with over 100,000 subscribers. YouTube CEO Susan Wojcicki says the award celebrates EART's Cambodia's hard work and incredible achievement. She says not only has EART's Cambodia brought a unique voice and style to the world, but has also created valuable connections and built a community along the way. The next milestone we're going for is 1 million subscribers, and we'd really like that Gold Creator Award. So if you're not already a subscriber, head to www.youtube.com/eartscambodia. Subscribers get all the latest breaking news and updates from Cambodia in English. We'll see you there. If it's happening and you need to know about it, you'll get it all right here. EAC News brings you updates and breaking news in English across all of EART's Cambodia's platforms and channels. YouTube, Facebook, Telegram, Twitter, and our website www.eartscambodia.com. Join me, Andrew Barnes-Roberts, and the rest of the EAC News team every day on your favorite channels. EAC News, Cambodia made clear.
You're watching EAC News, and thanks for joining us. Cristiano Ronaldo netted a brace in the European Championships on Tuesday night to become the tournament's all-time leading goal scorer and the first player ever to score 5 European Championships. UEFA Euro 2020 kicked off last Saturday. In Group F, Ronaldo's Portugal, which are the defending championships, made a statement inflicting 3 goals on a stubborn Hungary in the opening match of the tournament. It was played in a packed Puxas Arena. The final score was 3-0. In the same group, an own goal by Mats Hummels was enough to give France a surprising 1-0 victory over Germany. Of the 24 teams in the groups, only 16 will make it through to the quarter-finals. There is an electric atmosphere, with this being the first major post-pandemic sport event in Europe. The final will be played on the 11th of July. More and more Cambodians are being vaccinated every day, and travel is already top of mind. Suddenly, the whole world feels enriched again, even if travel restrictions haven't quite been lifted yet. Most travel experts expect travel to reopen gradually rather than all at once, and we are already seeing some countries loosen restrictions. If you can afford it, the Maldives are an example of one country that has stayed open for tourism throughout the pandemic. All you need is a negative PCR test taken 72 hours before arrival, and there's no need to quarantine. Dubai is another destination where relaxed tourism measures, with only those passengers testing positive needing to undergo 14-day quarantine in a government facility. But bear in mind that on returning home to Cambodia, if someone on your flight tests positive for COVID, you will have to quarantine for 14 days at your own expense, at one of the hotels designated by authorities. In any event, it might just be best to sit tight for a few more months. Cambodia is hoping to reopen its borders to fully vaccinated tourists by the fourth quarter of this year. Up next, a look at the weather.
Thanks for watching the Daily Roundup here on the EART's Cambodia channel. More from the EAC News team tomorrow. We'll see you then.